I'm telling you guys, if you play the game or watch a show, one of those hamsters is going to become your favorite. Like mine is Snoozer, because he's the best.
Yeah, I can see how it's like Pokemon. Everyone has a different personality. You can like one. I like Bijou.
See, Pokemon I understand, but I mean, they're just hamsters.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Did you know?
You guys remember Hamtaro? This adorable little show made its way to the US in 2001, and soon enough a Game Boy Color game was sure to follow. Both the air date and the game came out in 2001, making Hamtaro Ham Hams Unite the last game for the Game Boy Color. Which makes sense because I was certain I wasn't still playing Game Boy Color and was all about the hype of the Game Boy Advance. A few games would be made for that handheld as well, including Ham Ham Heartbreak, Rainbow Rescue, and the Ham Ham games, which I'd also love to get my hands on if they weren't so expensive. Developed by PAX Softnica and published by Nintendo, Ham Hams Unite works on the simple premise of uniting all the Ham Hams. Your goal in this game is to learn the Ham Ham language by acquiring phrases that you can then use to make your way across several different stages, using multiple phrases to find the lost Ham Hams, and convince them to head back to the clubhouse. If you're familiar with the show, then you'll recognize the Ham Hams you're after are characters from the show itself. My personal favorite is Snoozer, and I appreciate that I didn't have to hunt him down. Rather, he was just sleeping in the clubhouse the entire time. Seriously, the best character.
Hey, Snoozer, you coming to the beach with us? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Is he ever gonna get up?
A few of the phrases you learn are actually said throughout the show, which is pretty neat. Though I do have to say it's a little weird that these hamsters' basic functions stem from these phrases they learn. Like, I guess Hamtaro here didn't know how to tackle until he learned the phrase. Speaking of tackling, get used to using that phrase because you'll be doing that a lot. And it's pretty impressive just how many objects and characters react to all these phrases, mainly the tackle. This game being released so late may have given the developers a lot of experience with the hardware, because when it comes to Ham Hams Unite, everything in this game feels so high quality. The amount of animations Hamtaro has for each phrase is insane. Like, they are all pretty unique and there are 85 phrases. Plus the environment you run around looks very crisp and colorful, fitting the Hamtaro world. Finding the Ham Hams may be your main goal, but there are a lot of side quests you'll need to complete too. Some extra hamsters need certain things to progress through the stage, and even doing things for certain hamsters can earn you additional phrases. Not only that, you'll need the currency of the hamsters, being sunflower seeds. Yes, there's a whole sunflower seed hamster economy. Basically everything can be purchased with sunflower seeds, from flu medicine to favors from other hamsters to even cute outfits for your hamster to wear. But let's not gloss over the fact that not only do these hamsters have an economy, but apparently a lucrative pharmaceutical industry. You think it's all fun and games at the Ham Ham Clubhouse? No, these hamsters have jobs and obligations. I'm sure when Laura heads off to school, Hamtaro here is working on his write-offs and tax breaks for the year. Oh, also just a minor note here, one of your phrases allow you to pee on things. Trees, objects, other hamsters. Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm seriously surprised by just how many phrases other hamsters react to. While there is a lot to do, you'll find yourself plowing through this game as it only spans a few hours. But for a game so short, it feels like there was a lot packed in here. A lot of thought went into the phrases and how to use them to get each Ham Ham to the clubhouse. Different phrases are needed to interact with certain hamsters, so you'll need to explore all around for phrases and sometimes need enough seeds to get where you need to go. But something I do appreciate is that when you have an instance where you need enough sunflower seeds, or you'll need quantity items like rocks and acorns, the items needed will be in close proximity to the objective, so it's not a pain to find the items you need. And finding acorns that can actually be sold for additional seeds, so you're never too short. And not every quest item for the hamsters is in the same stage, but that's about the worst of it. It really does feel like this game took every measure to not irritate you. And usually you could see backtracking as a bad thing in video games, but not so much for this one. Really, it's kind of neat just to see how many things you can change once you've interacted with a certain hamster or learned a certain phrase. It's like going back to a previous stage once you've been through another stage and seeing how much new stuff there is just because you went through that other stage, which is how backtracking should work. It's not so much what did I miss, and more so what's new this time. This game also has a cool grip on time flow too. Like you'll talk to one hamster and then find them in a different stage doing something that you had previously talked about. There was also a little funny moment here where this guide hamster kept slowly coming down with the flu as the game progressed, and you had to literally buy him flu medicine. I feel like that's a neat little touch. I'm not one to brag on immersion, especially not for being in the paws of a hamster, but the developers did a pretty good job at building a bright, colorful, and large world that feels all the more massive simply because you're a hamster. I feel like the scale of the world is really well done here, and really does capture how the show made everything bigger for the Ham-Hams. Not to mention even the simple fact that nearly every hamster you can talk to has some kind of significance. Every NPC or NPH is either giving you a good tip or has some sort of significance. There were even times that I thought hamsters were just dropping me one-liners, when in fact upon doing something else, they had a whole other objective for me to do. It really feels like the effort was taken to make every hamster feel unique and important. And I know I've talked about phrases, but man, there's just so many of them, and collecting them all seems pretty worthwhile, as there is some hamster out there that needs that specific phrase for something to happen, which usually rewards you with a new phrase to go back between other levels and check out what's changed this time. This game has a runtime of about 3 hours, and for all the stuff that's jam-packed in Ham-Hams Unite, it's a pretty full 3 hours. Here's a bit of a behind-the-scenes trivia, but when I was recording this, I lost the footage. Like a whole hour of footage was gone, and even though I thought I could just redo all of the same stuff I'd done, I found myself getting caught up in all this other stuff I was finding, so I really nearly played the same scenario twice and had 2 different experiences. I think that's worth noting for a game that's basically just one big game of hamster hide and seek. I do recommend picking up every sunflower seed, rock, and item you see, because chances are you'll need them later, and it never hurts to have a lot of sunflower seeds. Beyond the usual progression, there is a lot of accessory items you can buy to stylize your hamster, which if equipped appears in the title screen, which I gotta say is pretty neat. You can celebrate your accomplishments of gathering ham-hams by checking out each hamster's personalized room. Go and check out how your favorite hamster decorates their room, or even check out your own room, with a customized picture of your outfit. And as I said before, you can pee on other hamsters, so do that too. The elephant-sized hamster in the room here is that of course this game is more for a younger audience, but the quality in this game can't be denied, and as the game went on, I felt I really needed to use my brain and think on how to get the other ham-hams, so even older audiences can really appreciate what this game has to offer. I definitely didn't care about watching Hamtaro when I was younger because it was always the quality of the show that gripped me, and I certainly don't care about playing Hamtaro games now either. In fact, it's one of the few times this year where playing a game all the way through was a pleasant experience. So I think everyone can enjoy this game as well. While I don't think you'll get to enjoy the link cable connectivity this game has to offer, the base game itself more than holds its own. So if you're like me and just enjoy a cute quality hamster game, then I definitely recommend this. Oh, and if you guys do want to try and meet up and try to hook up those link cables for some extra Hamtaro content, I'll be in the local Waffle House. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me talk about hamsters for an extended amount of time. And hey, I've missed you. Hope you've all been well. If you like this video, then leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new. As always, have a great ham day and keep it ham practical.